Hi, welcome to our Mighty Musicians 1, Lesson 6. I hope everybody's been practicing this week. I've been seeing your videos and you're doing a great job. We'll get started by singing. Hello, 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 hello. We're glad you're here to sing and play. Let's start together right away. Hello, hello, hello. And we have treble clef, bass clef, quarter note, quarter rest, half note, half rest, dotted half note, whole rest, eighth note, eighth rest, 16th note, 16th rest, sharp sign, flat sign. And something new today, second, third, fourth, fifth. We'll talk about those a little later as well. We're going to turn in our books now to page 36. This is Peter's theme. You can tell by looking at it, we have several different parts. The top part, that line looks really difficult, right? That's the teacher part. You don't have to learn the top line. Then we have a piano part that we are going to learn, a drum part, and a stick part. Today we're just going to listen to it, and I'm just going to play along on the tambourine. If you'd like to stop the video and go get a rhythm instrument in your house, you could do that as well. You can play anything that you'd like. We're just going to listen to it today. Song that's from a play called Peter and the Wolf. You might be familiar with it. You can look for it on YouTube. I know there's some little videos about it. And the composer is someone named Prokofiev. You can see it right here. And he wrote different themes for the different characters that are in the play. And this is a song that gets played whenever Peter goes out exploring. And as you can imagine by the title, Peter winds up finding a wolf. So you might want to look into it or check it out as a book or check it out as a video. It's kind of a fun story. All right, let's review our interval sounds that we've been learning about. The first one is the fire truck, which sounds like this. That's the fire truck. Then we have our duck. Do, re, quack. Do, re, quack. And then we have our star. Do you remember what song we sing for the star sound? That's right, it is Twinkle, twinkle is the star. Twinkle, twinkle is the star. Now I'm going to play those three, but I'm going to play them maybe in a different order. And then we're going to put them in the order that I played them. Which one would we put first? That's the one we'll put first. Just keep that in your mind, and then when we're done with all three, we'll put them in order. And then what we would put next would be and then the last one would be so which one should go first? If you remembered, it is the duck. So we'll put the duck first. And then the second one was the star. If you guessed the star, that is correct. And then the last one that I played was the fire truck. All right, good listening. Now we're going to do our hands together prepping like we've done before. I realize you might not have a tambourine with you at home, but I'm just going to go ahead and tap the tambourine, and when you see me tapping this one, just remember that's your right hand. Then my left hand's going to be on the floor. Watch me first. I will go together, right, 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 together, right, right, right. Tap it with me. Ready, go. Together, right, right, right. Together, right, right, right. Watch me first. I will go. Together, right, right, right. Together, together, together. Rest. 1, 2, tap with me. Together, right, right. right, together, 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 rest. Try it again. Ready, go. Together, right, right, right. Together, 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 rest. Good job. We're going to turn on our books now to page 30. This is the interval song. And we're going to sing the lyrics that are right here. And then we're going to sing our solfege. Now you might be wondering, what is an interval? An interval just refers to how far apart two notes are. If I am on do and I move to re, I count 1, 2. Do to re is a second. If I go from do to mi, 1, 2, 3, do to mi is a third. I'm sure you can probably guess that if I go from do to fa, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is a fourth. And if I go from do to so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is a fifth. We can also look for intervals on the staff. If I have do and I go to re, that is a second. If I have a do and I go to mi, that is a third. Do to mi is a third. If I go from do to fa, remember what we said that one would be? Do to fa is a fourth. Good. Now I can also have them going the other way. I could go from re to do. I can go down a second, re to do. I can also go down a third. Mi to do going down. That is also a third. So I can have intervals that go up and down. I'm going to sing the interval song for you one more time. And I'm going to sing it by intervals. And I want you to watch and see what I do. I go. Mi, up a third, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a third, up a second, rest. Mi, up a third, down a second, down a second, down a second, big whole note. Mi, up a third, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a third, up a second, rest. Mi, up a second, down a second, down a second, down a second. So if you look at it slowly, you can figure out mi to so, 1, 2, 3. That one is a third. If I go from so to re, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going down a fourth. And then when I go from re to so, I go up a fourth. Mi, up a third, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a third, down a third. And you'll notice my thirds are a line note to a line note. That tells me that I'm skipping the one in between. And then up a second because I go from do to re, which is the very next note. Do to re is up a second. And we'll start talking about that. The reason we learn our intervals is because it's an easy way to note read once we've learned our intervals really well, in case we forget the note names. When we can read by intervals, it's a much faster way to read what our next note is going to be than thinking about what the note name is. So we'll be working on that quite a bit. All right, let's go to our keyboards, get out our books. We're going to turn to page 18, I Love Music class. This is our ensemble that we would be passing off today, and I'm sorry we're not all together to play all the parts together. So for today, we'll just go ahead and play the piano part along with the recording, and I'd love for you to send me video of you playing the piano part to pass it off. You could also send me video of you playing the stick part or the tambourine part if you have one of those at home, or if you just want to make some up. Today we will just play the piano part with the recording, and let's plan to play through it twice. Watch me first, I will play. Mi, so, re, so. Your turn, play. Mi, so, re, so. I will play. Mi, fa, mi, re. Your turn, play. Mi, fa, mi, re. I will play. Mi, so. I play so, fa, mi, re, do. Now you play so, fa, mi, re, do. Good copying. Let's turn to the interval song on page 30. We're going to go through all of our practice directions, and if you look at your practice directions on your card, the first one is we're going to point and sing our notes. So let's point and sing. Ready, go. Mi, so, re, so, mi, do, re, rest. Mi, so, fa, mi, re, big whole note. Mi, so, re, so, mi, do, re, rest. Mi, fa, mi, re, do, big whole note. Now we're going to put our thumb on do, re, mi, fa, so, and play and sing our notes. 1, 2, play and sing. Mi, so, re, so, mi, rest. Mi, so, fa, mi, re, big whole note. Mi, so, re, so, mi, do, re, rest. Mi, fa, mi, re, do, big whole note. The next practice directions, which we have not used yet, are to point and sing our intervals and then play and sing our intervals. And this is what we also did on the floor at the beginning of class. So let's try it. We'll do it slowly. Mi, up a third, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a third, down a third, up a second, rest. Mi, up a third, down a second, down a second, down a second, big whole up a third, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a third, down a third, up a second, rest. Mi, up a second, down a second, down a second, down a second, big whole note. So now we're going to play and sing our intervals. 1, 2, very slowly. Play and say. Mi, up a third, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a third, down a third, up a second, rest. Mi, up a third, down a second, down a second, down a second, big whole note. Mi, up a third, down a fourth, up a fourth, down a third, down a third, up a second, rest. Mi, up a second, down a second, down a second, down a second, big whole note. I wanted to point out that the lyrics kind of help us to see what the intervals are. Third, fourth, intervals, and these are seconds all the way because these are all seconds. Mi to fa is a second, fa to mi is a second, mi to re is a second, re to do is a second, because those are all right next to one another. And parents, this is one of the things that can be a little confusing. If you look in the parent information section, there is a little section at the bottom that explains singing by intervals. And sometimes it takes a little while to figure out what the intervals are. If you need to pencil them in, occasionally you can. But that's what we do when we point and sing the intervals and then play and sing by intervals. We're talking about how far apart the notes are. Last, we would clap our rhythm and then sing our rhythm. So let's do that. Ready, go. Ton, 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 rest. Ton, 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 great big whole note. Ton, 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 rest. Ton, 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 great big whole note. And now we would play it and say our intervals. 1, 2, play and say. Ton, 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 rest. Ton, 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 great big whole note. Ton, 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 rest. Ton, 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 great big whole note. Then that way we can make sure that we're also playing the correct rhythm. All right, let's turn to page 14, jump and hop. This one we've been working on, so this one shouldn't be too hard. Just for review, what would these intervals be? Do, up a third, because we're skipping line to line. Mi, up a third, down a third, and then up a second. We're not going to sing intervals for this one. We're just going to review, and we're going to pass it off next week. So let's play and sing Jump and Hop. Two black keys and thumb on do. Do, re, so, re, fa. Do, re, so, re, re. Do, re, so, re, fa, 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 mi, re, fa, mi, re, do. Again. Do, re, so, re, fa. Do, re, so, re, re. Do, re, so, re, fa, 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 mi, re, fa, mi, re, do, big whole note. All right, our next song is Cars, and this is our pass-off song for this week. So I'll just watch for your video for Cars and watch to see you pass it off. All right, it's time to get our binders out. Let's just look at week 5. This is what we've been working on. We're going to just play through our sight reading that we did. Thumb on do. 1, 2, play and sing. Do, re, mi, re, do, big whole note. I hope that sight reading is getting really easy for you now. And then you drew some do's and some re's and circled them with different colors. And parents, if you could send me a picture of their theory page and also a picture of their activity page so we can see how many check marks you have. Let's turn to week 6. We're going to go through our practice directions on our sight reading. First is to point and sing our note names. 1, 2, point and sing. Do, re, mi, fa, so, do. I put my thumb on do and I play and sing. 1, 2, ready, go. Do, re, mi, fa, so, do. This week we're going to add the practice direction of singing our intervals. So let's point and sing our intervals. What is the interval from do to re? It's a second. From re to mi is a second. What is our interval from so to do? Do you remember when we talked about it at the board? That one is a fifth. So we would sing do up a second, up a second, up a second, up a second, down a fifth. So let's play and sing our intervals. Ready, go. Do up a second, up a second, up a second, up a second, down a fifth. Now let's clap our rhythm. Ready, clap. Ton, 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 half note, half note. Play and say your rhythm, saying ton, 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 half note, half note. And now we have played with the correct notes, we've learned it with our intervals, and we played the correct rhythm. Our theory for this week, we're going to continue working on our bass clef notes. We have a bass clef mi and a bass clef fa. So we're going to draw some more mi's and some more fa's, and then we're going to look at these notes. We have a mix of bass clef notes. Circle your mi's in green and fa's in orange. So you're just going to look for the mi's and the fa's. If it's not a mi or a fa, we don't circle it. Practice concept for this week is before you begin to play, point and sing the note names. And always be sure to sing, and parents, please encourage them to sing because singing helps to internalize the pitches and the rhythms, and make sure that you sing every time. And using your recording is a really good way to practice that singing as well. It helps you to be an overall good musician. So I look forward to seeing your theory pages this week. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti. Notes we're going to learn soon. Let's look at our board and we're going to sing. Treble clef sings up so high, circles around our landmarks so. Bass clef dot show us our fa, we sing oh so low. 3 spaces down is my bass clef do, and my favorite note is middle do. These are our 4 landmark notes. Remember, if we memorize these 4 notes, it will help us learn and find all the other notes. One right above do would be re. Above that would be mi. Right below so would be fa. Right above fa would be so. And remember, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space is do. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space is do. Let's spread these out. Remember all the notes that we've learned. Do, re, mi, fa, so. In the bass clef we've learned do, re, mi, fa, so. Now, let's think about this when we go line, space, line, space, line. We've talked about we're stepping up so high, because we're playing every note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do, re, mi, fa, so. But what happens if we take out the re and the fa? Now, instead of playing do, re, mi, fa, so, we're only playing the do, the mi, and the so. And that is skipping. skipping, because we're skipping the re and the fa. Do, skip to mi, skip to so. All right. How far apart are do to mi? Do you remember our intervals? We said that do to mi was a third. So do to mi is a third. What about mi to so? 1, 2, 3. That is also a third. Do up a third, up a third. Do up a third, up a third. So when we're skipping, we're doing third intervals. What are we doing if we're not skipping? Let's put our re and our fa back in here. When we go from do to re, what is that interval? 1, 2. So that is a second. What if we go from re to mi? That one is also a second. What if we go from mi to fa? 1, 2. That's also a second. So when we're stepping, fa to so is also a second. Stepping is seconds. So we would sing do up a second, up a second, up a second, up a second, because all of those are steps when we are in seconds. Steps are seconds. Do up a second, up a second, up a second, up a second. Good. Let's review our bass clef notes. Do, re on the line, mi on the second space, fa on the line, and so. Do, re, mi, fa, so. All right, we're back at our keyboards now. We're going to turn to page 22. This is a finger fitness, and this one is pretty simple. If we read through our notes, we're just going to play. Do, 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 re, 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 mi, 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 fa, 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 so, fa, mi, re, do, big whole note. Find your 2 black keys and thumb on do. Let's try it. Here we go. Do, 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 re, 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 mi, 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 fa, 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 so, fa, mi, re, do, big whole note. And we're just going to learn the right hand for this week. Pretty simple. So play through that a few times this week. Make sure you have a nice hand position while you play. Nice curved fingers. And then we'll learn the bass clef part and eventually put it hands together. For right now, we're going to turn to bubbles on page 26. So let's turn to page 26. And we are going to review the right hand and then the left hand. So let's do the right hand first. Thumb on do. 1, 2, ready, play. Do, re, mi, fa, so, 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 rest. Do, re, mi, re, do, 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 rest. Do, re, mi, fa, so, 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 rest. So, fa, mi, re, do, 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 rest. Now let's play the left hand. Do you remember where to put your left hand? You take your left hand, wiggle your pinky, and put it not on middle do, but the do below middle do. So here's my bass clef do. First, we're going to start with great big whole rest. So, 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 rest. Great big whole rest. Do, 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 rest. Great big whole rest. So, 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 rest. Great big whole rest. Do, 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 rest. Now we're going to put it hands together. Anytime we have 2 notes that line up above and below one another, we can draw a straight line between them. We're going to play them at the same time. So in this measure, I'm going to play so, so, so with both hands. So, so, so. In this measure, I'll play do with both hands. Do, do, do. And you'll notice I do the same thing on page 2. So I'll play this with just my right hand while my left hand has a rest, and then play so's together, just like this. Do, re, mi, fa, so, so, so. Your turn, play. Do, re, mi, fa, so, so, so. I play. Do, re, mi, re, do, do, do. You play. Do, re, mi, re. Do's together. Do, do, do. Second page is the same thing. Ready, go. Do, re, mi, fa, so, so, so. Now we just play. So, fa, mi, re. Do's together. Do, do, do. So this week we'll be playing it hands together. Let's turn to Chase the Squirrel, one page over on page 28. We're going to learn the left hand part. Can you guess what those notes are? It's the ones we just played. That's right, in bubbles. This is our so, and this is our do. So and do. And we're going to play great big whole notes. So let's play that, and let's just add the recording for fun here. Play just the left hand, do's and so's. And we start with so. So big whole note, so big whole note, do big whole note, do big whole note, so big whole note, so big whole note, do big whole note, do big whole note. All right, let's play the right hand. The right hand. This we should have been practicing, so we should be able to play this, but we'll play it a little bit slower because it's a bit more notes. 2 black keys, thumb on do. And 1, 2, we play. Do, do, re, re, mi, have, so, have. Do, do, re, re, mi, re, re. Do, do, re, re, mi, have, so, have. Do, do, re, re, do. Try it again. Go. Do, do, re, re, mi, up a third so. Do, do, re, re, mi, re, re. Do, do, re, re, mi. Skip to so, have. Do, do, re, re, do. Big whole note. Turn back to page 24. This is our bear song, and if you remember, this one is a bass clef song, so we will play it with our left hand. Put your pinky on do. We'll just play through this one. And this is our pass off for next week, so be ready to pass this one off. If you feel you're already ready to pass it off, you could go ahead and send me a video of you playing it. Early is okay. Here we go. Pinky on bass clef do, not middle do. Start on do. Do, do, do. Rest. Re, re, re. Rest. Mi, 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 mi. Fa, big whole note. Fa, fa, fa. Rest. Mi, mi, mi. Rest. Re, 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 re. Do. One more time. Go. Do, do, do. Rest. Re, re, re. Rest. Mi, for this song, just do, re, mi, and fa. I look forward to seeing your video of that. Thanks for joining us for our lesson today. I hope you learned a lot from the video, and I hope you send in lots of video to me so I can see what you're doing. We're going to finish up by singing Old Brass Wagon. If you want, you can just get your family in a circle and make a dance. You can listen to the lyrics and it tells you what to do. I'm just going to play along on a drum. Let's sing. Circle to the right, old brass wagon, circle to the right, old brass wagon, circle to the right, old brass wagon, you're the one, my darling. Come to the center, old brass wagon, back to the center, old brass wagon, come to the center, old brass wagon, you're the one, my darling. To the left, circle to the left, old brass wagon, circle to the left, old brass wagon, circle to the left, old brass wagon, you're the one, my darling. And I hope your parents have a sticker for you or some candy for finishing your piano class and doing a good job. We'll see you next week. Thanks.